right, here we go. Welcome back. We got another episode of Inspired by True Event Sports podcast here. Got my boy Neil, Phil, and Kenny. How you guys doing? How you feeling? If it seems like it took a while for us to record again. I don't know if y'all felt like that. Is it because we recorded so early last week?
Yeah, it did feel a while.
Yeah.
And I wasn't here, so anytime I'm not here,
I didn't ask about that.
I'm just saying, anytime I'm not here,
there was just so much that happened in the sports world this week. I think that's what happened.
Yeah,
I
that's
wouldn't be surprised if last week was our best viewed video. Just a heads up.
What'd you say?
I wouldn't be surprised if last week was our best viewed video. By the way,
you said it was.
If it was, minor changes probably. That's why, but nothing big.
So Phil, how was the pick'ems last week? As far as the games.
Gotcha. It was a bunch of crazy games this weekend and one or two surprises. As of right now, we have a tie for third place between Kenny and Neil. They're both 19 and 22.
I'm up.
Right. Neil had a bad week, so no surprise. But
I didn't have no bad week.
You picked a lot of wrong ones besides the Rams, but we'll talk about that.
I guess that's the only one that really matters then.
That's it.
Pretty much. And then at second, we got me at 26 and 15, and then Lawrence has a one-game lead at 27 and 14.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So this could be, and we have about 4 games this week, so this is my best chance to try to catch up.
Yeah, how many's he had? What's he got?
27-14.
I'm dead. It was fun.
Don't matter, maybe. Don't matter.
You guys can grab a playoff spot under 500. It's possible.
Hey, man, it is what it is. I said we should have did percentages, but hey,
Next
man,
year, we got percentage.
I'm the real champ. We all know.
So
toying with you.
Lawrence is the bubble team. He's the Suns.
So what'd y'all think of the wild card weekend? And what was the most surprising thing to y'all as far as the games went?
I would say probably the most surprising thing to me would probably be just Seattle's just couldn't move the ball at all. And I definitely wasn't expecting that. I mean, I know the Rams defense is good, obviously number one, but still was expecting something from Russell Wilson, Chris Carson, DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett. They had a lot of firepower there, and I guess I was just surprised that they really couldn't do anything. I mean, nothing. That was kind of surprising to me for sure.
I'm going to say the most surprising thing this weekend was Cleveland. No, I mean, hey, good for Cleveland. I said that they were the same old Browns. I said it before Juju did. I made it cool. But they proved me wrong. They did what they had to do. I didn't see it coming, but they did it, and, I got to respect it.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna say
Go ahead. Now you can
I'm going to say on the other half of that game, the Steelers, they just completely disappointed everyone. They had a total of 60 rushing yards, I believe, not even 100. The offense terrible.
And they went down 28-0. You can't you can't run the ball much after that.
Big Ben threw 4.
And on top of that, you can't run the ball. So
right.
Exactly. You can't run, and now you really can't run. But you take out that, I mean, it was an atrocious first quarter. But they then outscored the Browns 37-20. So the Browns, again, they need to stop taking their foot off the pedal because that's not going to help them in the future.
It's pretty much Cleveland versus Titans all over again with a bigger margin at the end.
I think that happens a lot in football games, where you do get a lead and you kind of are trying to run the clock and things like that, and you don't get the opportunity to score. So then punts start coming and shit like that. So
for sure, but I don't think that anyone makes Cleveland made it real close against Tennessee where they almost blew the game. And there was a point in the game against Pittsburgh where I really thought Pittsburgh was going to come back and win that game.
11 minutes left with Chase Pool touchdown.
Yeah. You know what I mean? So I mean, I've seen other teams get big leads and run out the clock, but never where I felt like the game was actually in jeopardy. When Cleveland, when it gets close, it's you might pull a Falcons.
Yeah, I think the closest was 14-point lead, right? That was the closest the Steelers got, or 10.
No, I think it got to 12 or 12. Yeah, 12.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Man, oh man, that game was something else, man, for real. But let's get right into the pick'ems. We're gonna come back to the Steelers later on because I got a lot to say to the
For
Steelers
sure.
fans that were hype as shit that they were 11-0. We're gonna get back to that. Let's get to the pick'ems. This is the divisional round, correct?
Yep.
Correct.
Divisional round. We're gonna go outside of the Saints game. For me, this is going to be one of my favorite games to watch. It's going to be the Rams and the Packers. I think this is probably going to be close. I think the Saints game and this game are probably two highlighted games this week. I feel like from a standpoint of how crazy they'll be. So who you got now, and why?
We got to ask them.
I'm gonna have to go Rams here.
Hopefully we have enough time for the speech.
I mean, it's just gonna be a good game. We got Devontae Adams, we got Jalen Ramsey, we got Aaron Donald, we got Aaron Rodgers, we got no David Bakhtiari. So who they just signed? They signed the dude from the Colts offensive
He's on the
line.
COVID list.
Yeah, Jared Bell here.
Yeah, he's on the COVID list. Yep. So he
Get him
tried
out.
he tried to get a Super Bowl or pursue the Super Bowl, and football God said, "Hold your horses."
He'll be
so,
back next week. Don't worry.
Yeah.
All right.
Nice. Yeah, so I mean, I'm looking at Green Bay's schedule before this game. I looked at a lot of Green Bay's games. I just don't know who they played this year. Honestly, who did they play?
I feel like that's I feel like are we because fans are saying that about a lot of teams. Are we watching the same NFL? Like, because it's been every team that's dominated this year. They haven't played anybody.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like we're discrediting a lot of teams this year. Like,
I wouldn't say that. I'm not discrediting anybody, but if you look at their games that they played, Vikings, Lions,
They beat the Saints.
They beat the Saints.
Mm-hmm.
They lost.
They
lost to the Bucks.
Yep.
I mean, they beat the Falcons. They beat the Texans.
They lost to the Colts.
They lost to the Vikings.
They beat the Titans and the Bears.
They beat the 49ers. They beat the Jaguars. They beat the Bears. They beat the Eagles, the Panthers. It's just a bunch
of. So then let me ask you that who did you guys beat this year? You lost to the Bills. You beat the Cowboys.
We beat
the Eagles. Okay, you beat Seattle, but that's one team.
The Cardinals, who were a playoff.
The Cardinals.
Team.
No, they aren't. We're not a playoff team.
They were a playoff team until we knocked them out.
So you can make the argument both sides though, because the Bears they made the playoffs and Green Bay beat them twice.
Yeah.
So I'm just got you there.
How? I don't know how you can make the argument.
Because if you're saying the Cardinals were a playoff team, so you knocked them out, well, the Bears were a playoff team, like actually a playoff team, and the Packers beat them twice.
Yeah,
the Packers played 2 playoff teams all year. That's it. They played the Bucks. They played the Bucks and they played the Bears, and the Bears snuck in because the Cardinals lost.
I'm not understanding how you can discredit the Bears and not discredit the Cardinals when the Bears actually made the playoffs.
I'm not discrediting anybody. I'm not discrediting the Bears at all. I thought the Bears were a good team. The Rams played the Bears this year too when we beat them. Is Kenny frozen?
Yeah, he is.
Oh, he is frozen.
Oh boy. Hold on.
No, so you're saying the Packers only played 2 playoff teams. Well, Neil, you guys played the Bills, who are a playoff team, but you lost to them. You played the football team, who everyone discredited, even though they were a football team. Because when I mention them with the Steelers, we say, well, they're not a real playoff team. So if they don't count for the Steelers, they don't count for you. You played the Bears, so you just discredited with the Packers, so you can't count them. You lost to the Dolphins, who didn't make the playoffs. You did beat the Seahawks. You did beat the Bucks.
So
then the Seahawks beat you.
We can go through schedules all day, but
no, but that's my point.
What I was saying was because I keep hearing this over and over again.
Right.
There's 37 teams in the league, and every team that's over 11 wins, somebody that is a salty fan or anything, they'll say, "Oh, they didn't play anybody. They didn't pick the schedule."
I just think that Green Bay gets helped out by a very weak division that they're in every single year. They're in a weak division. And if you look at strength of schedule,
they had 2 playoff teams in their division, though. They made it and the Bears made it. Like you're saying that, but there were 2 teams that made the playoffs out of their division.
That's not a weak division.
Okay. But anyways, you go off strength of schedule, the Packers had the 26th easiest strength of schedule in the league. They're in the bottom,
and that's why they would have lost the tiebreaker to the Saints if they were to lose that last week.
Yeah,
because of that.
The schedule: the Rams are 11 and Packers are 26. I mean,
we're gonna see now. We're gonna see because now we get to see them play one of the best teams because they got the best defense and shit like that. But
yeah. So I mean, if you look at the Packers stats offensively, they're off the charts, right? They average large sums of offensive yards, big plays, big running plays. Obviously, Devontae Adams is torches. So it'll be interesting to see what a big play offense can do against a defense that hasn't let up a big play besides one tight end leak out against Arizona. That's about it. So we'll see what happens. It's going to be a good game. I think, really good two powerhouses, and we'll see what happens. I personally think the winner of this game is going to the Super Bowl. That's what I think. Whoever wins this game will go to the Super Bowl.
Interesting.
Yep.
I think Kenny.
I think Neil's 100% correct. The winner of this game is going to the Super Bowl, and the winner of this game will be the Green Bay Packers. Aaron Rodgers he's on a revenge tour this year because I think he's still pissed off that they picked Jordan Love in the first instead of getting him other help. He's playing out of his mind. He's the league MVP. I understand that the Rams have a great defense. That's very true. I just think that too much Aaron Rodgers, too much Aaron Jones. Even if you take Devontae Adams, I mean, you're not going to take him out of the game. It's not going to happen. You can minimize what he's going to do, but you're not going to take him out 100%. So I'm still taking the Packers and I'm rolling with them.
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree with Kenny on that. The Rams do have a good defense, but the offense is going to be quite dependable on them. It also depends on how Cam Akers plays, since that's kind of their main force. If Cam Akers has a good game, the Rams have a very good chance. But if he struggles, they're going to struggle as well. I have this being a 4-point game, 21-17 Packers.
Packers' run defense is not very good either.
Their defense is just not. Yeah. They got their strength. Their strength is obviously the Smiths.
Yeah,
and you got the gambler and Zaire Alexander.
Yep.
But I like him as a corner. He is a gambler. He likes to jump a lot of routes. But I've been thinking about this. I was thinking, like, as soon as the games ended last week, I'm like, all right, Rams, they went out here. They just shut down Russell Wilson. But then again, it's AR. Like Kenny said, he's on a revenge tour. He feels disrespected that they picked a quarterback when they shouldn't have. How many years do you guys think Aaron Rodgers got left?
How old is he right now? 30?
A lot.
Probably 6 or 7.
Yeah, too many to take a quarterback in the first round.
Way too many.
Disrespectful. But
6 or 7.
I think, for me, this game is going to be a really close one. I could see it being 27 to 21, something like that. I feel like
low scoring for sure.
Yeah, definitely low scoring. I see Aaron Rodgers and them getting to a hot start, them struggling for the second and third quarter, and then he comes out and he in the fourth quarter and he finishes out. I think that's what will happen. So
the main thing I'm worried about in this game. The main thing I'm worried about in this game is the cold weather. We know Rams fans know.
Yeah, that's going to be cold.
It's supposed to be 30 degrees there.
And Jared Goff is a California kid, like college in California, got drafted by LA. Like, he's a California kid. And they didn't even name him as a starter yet.
No, well, they're not going to. They're not going to name either quarterback as a starter. So the last time Jared Goff played against in cold weather was against the Chicago Bears last year. I don't even want to.
When do you guys play? Sunday?
Saturday,
34 degrees.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's football weather right there.
Yeah, imagine playing in 34 degrees with pins in your thumb. Like, that's got to be like crazy, right?
We're going to see no gloves at all.
Do we have a injury update on AD?
He's in. He's playing.
Yeah, McVay said he'll play.
He's playing.
Well, I know he's playing, but I mean, have they said anything about how he is, or are they keeping it hush-hush?
He called AD the Terminator, so I'm guessing.
So he went through a full workout, and that's all he's been doing all week. They're keeping him off the field, which I mean is just precaution. He doesn't need to practice at this point.
I was
But,
gonna say, what's he need to do?
yeah, exactly. So
All
yeah,
right.
he's good. He's good to go. But
All right,
the
so
cold weather
let's-
scares me.
So let's go to
Wait, Lawrence, who'd you pick?
I picked the Packers.
Oh, Packers.
I picked the Packers 27-21. That's what I feel like it'll be like.
Who picked the Rams last week? I wasn't here.
I did.
I didn't. I pulled
Just
the
Kenny?
rest we trust.
Yep, just me.
All right.
All right.
Sorry, I had to go against you this week, pal.
We got we got Baltimore and then we got Buffalo. Lamar Jackson said he's never played in the snow because he's a Florida kid. So that's gonna be real interesting. He's played in the cold regardless because of Baltimore gets cold. But what you got, Neil? How you feeling for this game? Josh Allen against Lamar Jackson.
I originally picked Buffalo to go Super Bowl. Obviously, I couldn't pick them last week because they're playing against my mans, but they won, so I got them going to the Super Bowl. So obviously, I'm going to pick them to win this one. I think any type of snow favors Baltimore because they have the better running game and they can keep the ball out of the air. So it kind of makes me a little nervous. But I just we see a small sample size of Lamar Jackson in the playoffs, and he played good one game and bad another. So we'll see what happens.
He played good last year too. He put up 365 yards in the air last year and over 100 on the ground. His team just stunk.
Yeah, that's true. I'm the one matchup here I'm looking at is Marcus Peters and Stephon Diggs. Want to see that?
Wait, why do you say that? What about Humphrey?
Nah, I think Peters will be. Well, Peters doesn't really play man.
Yeah, he's not known for chasing nobody. Humphrey is known for taking you in the slot outside. He'll travel.
I'm looking at Marcus Peters though to come through. He's going to come through with some interceptions because Josh Allen does like to take risks.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, I think it's going to come down to a higher scoring offense, which I think Buffalo has. If it snows, Buffalo might be in trouble. But I got Buffalo 31, Baltimore 28.
So you got Buffalo?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
This has been the toughest game for me to pick all week.
Yeah,
I flip flopped.
We got
day.
some phenomenal games,
And listen,
bro.
literally up until like I just started talking, I thought I was gonna pick one way, but I think I'm going a different way now. Like Neil said, this game, if it snows, I understand Lamar said, I never played in the cold, but guess what? That's your kind of game. You're gonna
Run.
The Bills' run game has been non-existent this year if it's not Josh Allen. And their second running back, Zach Moss, is not with them right now. They just had to pick up Devontae Freeman on the practice squad.
Extra garbage?
Right, exactly. Hot garbage.
He's been hot garbage
bad.
since he stepped in the league.
I wouldn't go that
say
far.
I never liked him.
Say that.
I never liked him.
I wouldn't go that far. He didn't deserve the contract he got. I'll give you that. But that's a different story.
Overrated.
He's been trash ever since Aaron Donald put him into the stratosphere. Ever since then.
Before then, but yeah.
All right. Go ahead.
Damn.
Finish what you got to say.
I'm really torn because I believe Buffalo is the better team. And Buffalo is real hot right now, but Baltimore is also real hot right now. And
Demon.
Yeah, and you know what? I think there's something to be said about a team that like Buffalo, who's been so excited and they just won a big game, and they almost won their Super Bowl. I think I'm going to go with the Baltimore Ravens this week. And I was going with Buffalo all the way up until now, but I'm going to go with Baltimore Ravens by a score of 28-24.
Oh, that is scary.
Here we go.
I was literally thinking the same score right now.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree with Kenny, but instead of talking about the offenses, I believe this game's going to come down to who has the better defense, and that's obviously Baltimore. They have the weapons to stop the Bills' pass and run, and we can't say the same about Buffalo since they've struggled against the run. So it's going to be the better defensive team. I think it's going to win this game. I got the same score as Kenny, 28-24, Baltimore.
Big trust. Look at the details. I gotta go with Lamar Jackson. I love Josh Allen all season. But I see Baltimore, especially last week, how disrespectful they were after the game. During the game sealing pick with Marcus Peters, where they all proceeded to do stomp the yard on the Titans logo. I think they'll come in. I think they'll come in New York, fired up, charged up. And if Lamar Jackson can protect the football, there's no way they can lose. If he turns the ball over, they will indeed lose. So I'm gonna take Baltimore by 6 points. I think Josh Allen and them, they have the ball last and they don't get it done. So I'm gonna take Baltimore. Who we got after this? We got the Chiefs and the Browns.
Kenny.
Cleveland.
As Chase
Cleveland.
as Chase Claypool would say, what did he say? He said they're gonna get smoked.
They're
Gonna get clapped.
Cleveland.
This is the game Kenny was waiting for.
You know what? All year, I've doubted you. I've gone against you. I've made every excuse for why you just can't win the game. You can't do it. You're just Baker's not good enough. Nick Chubb was out. COVID, no coach. Well, guess what, Cleveland? You've made me have no choice but to pick you this week.
Yes.
The Cleveland Browns are going to shock the world and go to the AFC Championship game. I'm picking them. I'm sorry, my homeboy. You're my boy. I'd love to see you face off against Aaron Rodgers.
In what fashion? You got to tell us. You can't just pick them and then not say how.
It's going to be there's going to be a lot of scoring because Mahomes is just going to put up points. But I also think that the Browns have the capability to keep Mahomes off the field. What's the best way to beat the Kansas City Chiefs? Don't let Patrick Mahomes get on the field. So I think Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt are going to have big days. I think it's probably a final score of something like 31-28, somewhere around there. But I'm gonna go with Cleveland pulling it off.
You saying Cody Parkey for the game?
No, I don't think he's going to hit it to win. I mean, I just think that they're going to at the end up with 31. I think that Mahomes will have a chance to pull it off at the end, but I don't know. I'm just, you know what, Cleveland? I got no choice but to pick you. Even if I don't believe it, you made me have to pick you.
Wow, that is a shocker. Shocker of the season.
Here's what I want to say about that. I'm with them 100%. Kansas City continues to play down to their competition. It happened all year.
Yep.
And this is what's going to happen again in this game here. Kansas City's going to come in off a bye week, rested. Every time a team comes off a bye week,
they're going to come off.
Exactly. Yeah. Oh, it's the Browns.
And to top it off, Patrick Mahomes didn't play week 17 too, so he's on 2 weeks.
Right. So, I mean, you say what you want, but I mean, we get it. Kansas City, we get it. It's a dynasty in the making. Patrick Mahomes, the best player alive. Cleveland is going to come in to Kansas City, and they're going to shock the shit out of them. They're going to punch them in the mouth with the run game, with Nick Chubb, Kareem Hunt, the 1-2 punch, keep Mahomes on the sideline, and it's going to be Baker. He's going to make every single analyst out there eat their words. Wow. I'm going to go Cleveland. I think it's a high-scoring game. I really do. I think it's a really high-scoring game. I think we got it combined 70 points here.
I like it.
So I'll go Cleveland by a field goal. Kickers matter.
Kickers matter.
It's gonna doink off the post twice and then go in.
Yo, you guys shocked me. I'm gonna just go. I was gonna say the Browns. I was gonna be the oddball for the year for this pick. I did not expect y'all to both.
Me neither. I thought they were going Kansas City.
No way. I had Browns ever since they won against Pittsburgh. I
want to see this. I want to see this. If they do this could. If they do this, we got to put some respect on their name.
Kenny Lacy has to buy a Browns jersey and wear it.
Just want to clarify something for everyone out there.
We're still waiting on the contract.
I liked the Browns. Like when they were 0-16 and they drafted Baker, I wanted to see them do well. It's just that this year, after the disappointing season last year, I just had every reason in my body to not believe in them. It's not that I hate the Browns. I just was stuck in my ways, and I'm I'm stubborn. I'm hard-headed. Ask everybody.
I mean,
I
it's
couldn't.
not like, it's
Growth,
not like the
growth.
Browns could possibly have. I mean, they really shouldn't have a bad team if you think about it. If you throw Odell back in the picture and look at their team on paper with offense and defense, I mean,
Well,
on paper,
and that is why I kept picking against them, because they had the same team last year and they crumbled.
They got
And
good
this year,
their DBs
when
are pretty good too.
they played the Steelers early, they crumbled. So I was like, you know what, Browns, you should be good, but you're not. I'm giving up on you.
If
That's
the
what
Browns-
happened.
if the Browns can kick the Browns mentality out of them, I'd say they win this game and they go to the AFC Championship. That's what I think.
New
I'm going
mentality. You're going with who?
I'm gonna have to make it 4-0. I was one of the two analysts that went with them last week, and I'm gonna go with them one more time this week. It's gonna be a high scoring game like
This is
everyone
gonna
else
be
said.
crazy if this shit happens.
Right.
It's gonna
I'm
be
going
unbelievable,
with
bro.
34-30 Browns. Chiefs have the ball last and they don't score.
And I say the biggest thing is the running backs.
But yeah, Kareem Hunt.
And then I took it personal.
Yep. I was about to
Kareem Hunt is coming for blood.
Also,
Yeah,
Myles Garrett.
He did the Corvette video in the locker room after the game and all that. So I think this is gonna be a really good game. I think all these games, if you
There's
miss
not
them,
a bad game.
yeah,
There
there's
isn't a
really
bad
not-
game.
There's really not a bad game.
For the first time in a long time that I can remember, we got really good
Yep.
competitive playoff games. Like there
Facts.
really shouldn't be a blowout.
Yep.
Question.
Let me change that. If Cleveland plays the way that they're supposed to play, there shouldn't be a blowout because
Yeah.
Kansas City should not blow them out. They shouldn't.
Right.
Mhm.
I agree. But if Cleveland comes in all hot, like we just kicked the Steelers' ass
Right.
and we
They're
just
gonna get
won our
fucked
Super
up.
Bowl, then they're going to get killed. But they need to get back into that mentality of no one's giving
Us
us a
against the
shot.
world.
Exactly.
Right.
It needs to be Cleveland against the world.
Yep.
Yeah, if watch. I would say for y'all to watch. Something I watched during the Saints game when they played the Chiefs is if they keep too high safeties and just rush 4, Mahomes struggles at that point when they don't blitz them and things like that. So I want to see what the Cleveland Browns come out and do too.
Yeah.
Because they
Wow.
come
That's
out
what the
too
that's
high
what
and
the
they're
Falcons did against them too.
yeah. And they
If you
just
keep
rush
a
4.
safety, because Ricardo Allen at one point was playing literally 50 yards away from the line of scrimmage just to not get burnt by Tyreek Hill. And I swear I'm not exaggerating. You can watch tape.
Mhm.
He's 50 yards away from the line of scrimmage. If you take away that deep ball with Tyreek Hill, it really changes their whole offense because now Tyreek Hill has to play underneath and Travis Kelce has to play underneath. And that's where they're so explosive because you have Tyreek Hill going over the top, and if you're paying attention to him, you have Kelce underneath.
Look for
Keys to go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, it's like keys to victory for the Browns is Kareem Hunt to when he comes in, make the most of his reps because Chubb, we already know Chubb is going to run hard, and I would say the safeties, how deep they are, and then I would say tackling. If they cannot tackle Kelce, do not let Kelce get yards after catch. Because that's how the chains keep moving. Chains keep moving from that.
I was just going to say that, Lawrence. I was going to say the keys to the victory for the Cleveland Browns: run the fucking ball, don't turn the ball over, and stop Travis Kelce. If you can do those 3 things, you'll be leaving Kansas City with a dub. That's it.
Yeah. Also, the Chiefs don't have the greatest offensive line, so if Myles Garrett has literally the game of his life, expect the Browns to get this.
But
win.
that's a good thing about Kansas City, though. They don't have the best offensive line, but Patrick Mahomes is really good off script, and that's how Tyreek Hill breaks free. So the DBs really, really got to play discipline. Just lock on. If you see Patrick Mahomes break out, stay on your man because that's when that ball gets up top and it's over after that.
All right, and we're going to the last game. We got New Orleans and Tampa Bay. In New Orleans in the Superdome. I'm excited to have back-to-back home playoff games.
I'll go.
All right, you can go. Take your time.
You will.
Fuck you, Lawrence.
Yo, what is people's problems with me and then the Saints? Do I like why does it hurt y'all so much?
You're too
Just
nice of a guy. That's all.
Hurt
like
you.
you.
It hurts so much.
If I'm being
like,
dead honest, I just don't like you. Okay. I
hey,
got,
get in
I
line.
got
Get
Tom
in
Brady,
line.
baby.
I heard
Listen.
that for a while.
I got Tom Brady. I think Tom Brady's pissed the fuck off. And this is exactly what I didn't want to happen because I did not want to see Tom Brady in the playoffs at all. And I said this weeks ago on this podcast. I didn't want to see the Bucs at all. I don't want to see them. Just what we need is for Tom Brady to start playing pissed off and dropping the ball just like he did last week. That man was on fire. on fire. And he was playing against what we all considered Washington football team's defense to be elite defense. Chase Young wanted blood, and Tom Brady just did not.
That front seven. Yeah, for
There's
sure.
no joke. That is much better than the Saints front seven. So here's what I think is going to happen in this game.
But the Saints, you know what? I'm going to let you finish. I'm just going to let you finish.
better
I'm
let
going
me
to rebuttal
finish.
later. Go ahead.
Here's what's going to happen in this game. The Saints are just going to get flat out beat. That's what's going to happen. They're just going to get flat out beat. Tom Brady is just going to dice them up, slice them, dice them, and look for that run game to get going. I don't know if Ronald Jones is healthy. He had a messed up thigh or something. So if he's not, that Leonard Fournette, LaShawn McCoy, oh boy, I don't know. But I'm looking for the Saints to just straight up get beat here. I don't think Drew Brees has it no more.
What's the score? What's the score, good sir?
Oh, I got score here. I got 28-20. Tampa Bay. Tom Brady.
Respectable. It's playoffs.
Scotty-
Playoffs is here.
Scotty Miller.
Respect it. Now you're naming fourth string receivers. Okay.
Scotty Miller, baby.
All right, Kenny, can you please go? Kenny, can you please go?
Let me hear something.
He just said a bunch of. He just said a bunch of fucking nonsense. Kenny, please back him up better than what he just did for himself. Please.
Yeah, I got you.
Because he just said that the Washington football team's obviously on paper they got it, but the Saints got to fucking Tom Brady both games. If you watch, way better than the Washington football team did. So Kenny, you go, please.
Shut the fuck up.
That was a bad take, buddy.
I'm going with Tampa. I'm not even going to get into the it's tough to beat a team 3 times thing because like that's so outdone and it's been said all week. And if that's the only thing you have to say, that means you really don't think that team's going to win. You just have no other reason to pick against them. But I'm going with the Bucks because I think like Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady is also now on his revenge tour because ever since we all started talking that this was the wrong fit for him and Arians don't mix with their offenses, Tom Brady has been on fire. And if he would have played like this all year, he'd be an MVP candidate probably. Mike Evans wasn't 100% last week, and he still had a game. Antonio Brown is finally emerging. The Bucks did exactly what I was afraid they were going to do. They did not utilize Antonio Brown all year until about week 17. No one had any tape on how they're going to use him, and now they're unleashing him. That's a scary thought for the rest of the league because Antonio Brown can go off at any point. Ronald Jones didn't play last week, and Leonard Fournette was in the backfield actually catching the football. If Ronald Jones comes back and you have Leonard Fournette, I think that's scary. Gronk he's an afterthought in the offense, and he's still Gronk. Their defense can get after you. I don't trust their secondary, but I do think they can get after Drew Brees, and I think that Drew Brees might have a little bit of nightmares remembering what happened the last time he played them. That's when he crashed all of his ribs. I think that this is Drew Brees' last game. I think he goes down swinging, though. I'm going to go 38-35. Tom Brady pulls a 2-minute drill to come back to win the game.
Well, no, wait. No, he hurt his ribs against the 49ers.
No, it was
2 games in a row.
Yeah, he got hurt against the Bucks, and then he played the next week against the Niners, and that's when he was out. But they ruled that he got hurt against the Bucks.
Gotcha. Lawrence, let me just say, in order for the Saints to win on Sunday, they need their defense to be lights out. That's the only chance they have. That's it. It's the only chance.
Yeah, you're telling me how my team is the only chance they have.
That's the only chance they have.
Get the fuck out of here. Your turn is done. Phil, can you go?
It's my turn.
Like you had your chance. Phil, can you please go?
Yeah. First off, I want to apologize, Lawrence, for saying this.
Oh my God,
Yeah,
Neil! Could you believe it, Neil?
Yes,
Oh
sir.
my
Hold
God!
on.
There we go.
Most of the year, I was with you on the
No,
Saints pick.
not most. All of the year.
All fucking year.
The Saints weren't even highlighted like on the thing that.
Yeah, they were. Go back and look.
Weren't.
Please.
No, they weren't. Go ahead.
That's bullshit,
I
Lawrence.
have just like 2 main reasons of why I'm picking the Bucks over the Saints this week.
Mm-hmm.
One reason to catch you in the pick-ems that's
Okay.
only behind. So
Okay.
nothing personal. It's just
How you know I'm not gonna pick the Bucks?
you know damn well you're not picking the Bucks.
He ain't picking no Bucks.
You know that.
Yeah, and I think everyone agrees that this is going to be a shootout. So I mean, it's just pretty much going to be back and forth. Michael Thomas is going to have a game. Mike Evans played injured, but he played pretty well.
He's
last
always
week.
injured though.
We don't know how he feels.
Yeah,
Played last week.
he
We
played.
don't know. We don't
well,
know. He sat out. He went on IR like 3 weeks with the 3 weeks left in the season. Like, we don't know how he feel.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean,
nothing's come out because I've been trying to read how his ankle is. So
yeah, I feel like it's going to be a potential shootout. I have it being 34-30 or 38-40. What I think is going to happen is just like one of the other games we mentioned earlier. Someone's going to score, and then whoever, I think the Saints are going to have the ball, and they're not going to score on the last possession. It's going to be a very tough game for both teams. It's just going to be too much offense for New Orleans. I mean, for me, like Kenny mentioned with the Ravens and Bills game, it's something I've been trying to, go back and forth on the entire week. But literally, as soon as it was my turn, I decided it's going to be Tampa. So I'm
Smart
sorry.
pick.
I was with
Smart
you the
pick.
entire year, but I got to make my pick right here. We still boy.
I respect it. I was texting my friend from school. He's also a Saints fan. I was talking to him about the game a little bit. He pointed out something interesting to me. Out of this particular situation where there's a team that has opportunity to sweep 3 games in one season, there's been 17 instances in NFL history. Out of 15 of them, the home team has been able to get it done. I think the Saints get it done again. And I think the Saints win by 2 possessions. I think it's going to be right. What I say on I forget what I said. I feel like it's going to be third. I feel like it's going to be 34 to trying to think. 34. I'll say between 7 to 10 points. So 34-27 or 34-24. That's what I think. The Saints will get it done. I know everybody's got Tom Brady. He feels embarrassed from the last game. It's the playoffs. He gets an opportunity for another ring. But I still think the Saints still have the better team. And I still think they can dominate. So I got the Saints, plain and simple. Tom Brady with 2 turnovers will be key in the game.
Yeah, that's fair.
New Orleans is favored by 6 points.
Yeah, I know.
It's going to be a fun day.
No fans in that Superdome, though, huh?
It's been like that all season. When the no fan thing doesn't matter anymore.
It matters in the playoffs.
No, it does not.
Yes, it does, because the Saints aren't shit without their fans in there.
Can you please tell him to just throw that out the window?
The Saints are not shit without
it's the second
fans
round
in
of the
there.
playoffs. The fan thing doesn't matter anymore.
The Saints aren't shit without fans.
Out the window. That is irrelevant.
I think being that the Saints play in a dome and there are no fans, I think there is no advantage to playing at home. I think that's been the case with them all year. So I don't think it makes a difference now. But like if you look at a team like Buffalo or Green Bay where you play outdoors, sure you got no fans, but you got 30-degree weather and snow. But I think that this is the ideal situation for the Bucs going into.
They still got the sound simulated and all that. It may not be the exact. You can't replicate that.
Right, because the dome ain't gonna shake like it does. But
exactly.
All right, so going from there, I think all the games are really exciting. I can't wait. I'm gonna try to watch every single last one of them. Saints play last, so I'm excited for that. I was praying they didn't get the early game, but let's get right to it. Neil, your man, you picked him every time. Old man Rivers. Is this it for him?
Yeah, man. It's sad, but it is. I got to say, not only do I think is this it for him, great career, definitely a Hall of Famer. But I really honestly think Indianapolis could have won that game with Jacoby Brissett in the game. I just feel like against Buffalo, he was just too one-dimensional. And Buffalo realized that, and they just came after him. He couldn't get out of the pocket. I mean, don't get me wrong. He played a good game. He could throw the ball fine. But I just feel like in today's day and age, especially in the playoffs, it really helps you to have a two-dimensional quarterback. And, I mean, you could even see it on the 1-yard line where they got stuffed by Buffalo. They brought Jacoby Brissett in. And I was like, I mean, I understand it, but I just feel like he could have done a much better job than Phillip Rivers in that game. It kills me to say it because I love the man. But it's it for him, man.
How do you feel if you were Jacoby Brissett? How would you feel if they did that? They bring you in the game and it's the playoff game, and you're like, why even bring me in if you just believe in this guy? You brought this old ass guy in. Just keep him in. Don't have me come in for 2 snaps and then come out.
I don't know.
They've been doing it all year, though.
Yeah, they have been. So he's kind of used to it, but I
just
understand.
give him the job.
Yeah, but I mean, Phillip got him there, so they kept rolling with him. I don't know. It's tough situation. I hate when quarterbacks are pushed up against each other like that. It's just so tough for either quarterback. But yeah, I mean, Phillip Rivers, great career. Time to go. Pack it up. Oh man.
So didn't he say he was done? He said he was done.
He didn't officially. He just said he won't play for anyone other than the Colts. So pretty much what he was saying is, if the Colts don't want me back, I won't be here. But if they want me back and I want to be back, I'll be a Colt next year. But that's it.
Yeah, just move on, bro.
Just move on.
You're burning up Brissett's years.
Yeah, but are we even sure Brissett's gonna be the quarterback there next year? There's rumors about them wanting Matt Stafford if the new GM wants to move him. There's the rumors about
Matt Stafford. Jesus.
I know. Then there's the rumors about Wentz, but who knows what's going on there? We'll talk about that later. I mean, they could always take a quarterback. I don't even know if they're fully invested in Brissett.
Yeah, true.
Well, clearly they're not because they went and got Old Man Rivers this year. But
yeah, I mean, we're gonna hate to see him go, but Rivers gotta call it a career and go make some more kids. But it's what he does best. So
as an end of an era, man.
End of an era.
Right.
I can't wait for
a lot of memories with the Chargers.
I'm tired of these 40-year-olds.
Yeah, to me, personally, for me, I'm really excited, and I really, really hope this year Tom Brady retires, Drew Brees retires, Phillip Rivers retires, Ben Roethlisberger retires. I hope that they're just gone. I'm fucking sick of them, to be honest with you. No disrespect, but I'm just sick of them.
They're holding the organizations hostage.
I'm just sick of them. I mean,
especially with this season and like this season before. If you're not a dual threat quarterback, you're going to struggle. Or you're not going to much.
And not even so much dual threat as in just like be able to move. Because like I wouldn't consider Aaron Rodgers a dual threat, but he can move. Right? Exactly. You need to be mobile.
Yeah.
Like the days of just standing in the pocket and being a statue are over.
Yep.
Yeah. DNs are too freaky for that. 6'6", 4'4".
Every position now is too freaky for that. I mean, look at Jamal Adams, the safety linebacker. It's so crazy the way the game has evolved. You can't do it.
You have linebackers running faster 40 times than running backs nowadays. So
yeah,
it's impossible. You can't stand back there in the pocket and not be able to move.
Right.
Facts. But going from there, I got to watch a little bit of the Rams and the Seahawks game, and I would say it was very disappointing to watch that shit because it was like every time Russell dropped back, it looked like he was playing Dance Dance Revolution.
Man.
Incompletion. Dance Dance Revolution, incompletion. So what y'all think about that game? And what do you think it means for Seattle going forward? And what are they missing?
Go ahead, Kenny.
They're missing a run game. I mean, it's like the same situation as it was in Pittsburgh. I feel like they're going to throw the ball because they have to, and everyone thought that Chris Carson was like this elite running back, and I think it's very clear now he is not because
I don't think he was healthy. I think he just powered through it.
Yeah,
but I mean, it was the case all year. I think that they need a run game. That's clearly the thing. Like even Pete Carroll said, like when the people asked like what could have been done differently, he said run the ball. He goes, I run the ball better, just run the ball more. They can't run the ball, and when you can't run the ball, teams are just going to send the house at you. And when you have no offensive line, your quarterback's going to run in circles and just throw the thing up and pray for the best. And that's what happened on 90% of the plays on Sunday or Saturday.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I mean, I don't know. If I'm Seattle, the same thing happens to them every single time they play a game. And you got Russell Wilson running for his life in the backfield. So yes, they need a run game. Yes, they need all this and that. They need a running back, all that stuff. All of that starts though with an offensive line. And Seattle has not had an elite offensive line in years.
Wow.
Since they traded away Max Unger for Jimmy Graham.
A long time since they've had an elite offensive line. And if you think the thing about their offensive line is they don't have an identity. If you think about that for a second, they don't have a run first. Exactly. You don't have maulers offensive line, so you're going to run the ball. You don't have drop back pass blockers to come back and pass the ball. That's been the problem with Seattle since their last Super Bowl loss. They just do not have an offensive identity. What do they want to do? Right now, it looks like they want to pass the ball. They got DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett. They want to, finesse and pass the ball, but it just doesn't work because Russell doesn't have enough time.
Well, and I think that's also like a creative differences. I think the front office and ownership want to throw the ball. I think Pete Carroll wants to run the ball. And I think that's where the problem comes because ownership has dumped so much money into Russell Wilson that they're going to do whatever they can to put the pieces around him. But that is not how Pete Carroll's offenses work.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, it's tough. I mean, 100%. First off, you got to say this. Seattle, this is a disappointing letdown season for Seattle. What did they start, 6-0, 5-0?
Russell was like the MVP.
Russell was the MVP.
They went
DK Metcalf led the league in receiving yards. What happened? Smoking cigars, had their T-shirts on, NFC West champions.
Nah, I think they just got complacent.
I love Russell Wilson.
They got figured out.
Yep, I love Russell Wilson, but we got to start having conversations about him at this point.
Yeah,
coming into this year, he's the best player in the league. He's this, he's that. If you put Aaron Rodgers on that team, this team is a Super Bowl winner. Like so,
I mean,
they're a Super Bowl winner.
Their defense got extremely better through the beginning of the year because we were talking about Seattle's defense as being the worst of all time.
They pick up Dunlap?
As soon as they got Dunlap.
As their defense got better, their offense got worse. So that's why for example, we're all saying Russell Wilson was better than Aaron Rodgers. If you put Aaron Rodgers on the team with DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett, then that defense at their peak, I don't think we're having this conversation today. But
yeah, I mean, their
defense, we got to think about different schemes and all that.
No, but I'm just saying. Generally speaking, we had the conversation about Russell Wilson being the greatest player in the NFL, and he fizzled out down the stretch. He was an MVP candidate, and
just something to think about with Russell Wilson. He has one Super Bowl win. Okay,
should have two if his brain was on.
Threw the ball, gave the ball away. Okay, he threw an interception on the 1 yard line. With any other quarterback in the league, we're talking about that shit like nonstop, right? Like how does he do that? He got a complete pass for that. They blamed it on the coach not running the ball. He got a literal pass for giving the ball away.
Wasn't that his rookie year?
They blame Matt Ryan for losing. No, it wasn't. They blame Matt Ryan for losing that Super Bowl, but they don't blame Russell Wilson for losing.
Exactly.
Make that one make sense.
So you've got yes, he won a Super Bowl. Okay, he had Legion of the Boom. We understand. That was
the defense won the Super Bowl.
The defense won that Super Bowl.
Malcolm Smith was the defensive.
I promise you.
Who did they play against that Super Bowl?
They played against old man Peyton Manning.
Yeah, exactly. And they played against I'm ready to retire Peyton Manning. Mm-hmm. Okay, so all right. Regardless, that's a Super Bowl. Not to mention, he's thrown the ball away for another Super Bowl, and he's never won a league MVP or never even received a vote for league MVP. So what are we looking at here?
Then they say they only have one win since 2017. I think.
When's the last time they won a playoff game?
I think it's since 2017 has been one.
They beat the Cowboys 1 year. I think that was it.
Yeah.
It's time to start talking about it. Put up all the regular season numbers you want, Russ.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty much.
Did they say it about everyone else?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's seen as like the good guy.
Yeah,
that's
the thing. I think that's what it is.
He's too nice to give criticism to.
And that says a lot about what the media wants to push because they'll latch onto any negativity and then they'll crush this guy, even though his production is through the roof. Oh, he's a bad person off the field. Oh, so
we can all acknowledge that Russell Wilson is one of the best human beings in the NFL, but that doesn't mean that Russell Wilson can not perform and I can't talk about it.
That's a fact.
They seem as this
disappointed,
great going family man. They forget the criticism on his game.
Yeah,
pretty much.
And did anybody watch the full game or no?
No.
Yes.
Did you guys see DK Metcalf on the sideline
throw a hissy fit?
Throwing hissy fits, right? Screaming at the coach, screaming at Russell. He wants the ball. The next play that they go out there, they force feed DK Metcalf the ball. It's a pick six going the other way.
And I'm sorry, Russell Wilson too as a quarterback. So he throws hissy fit and yells at you, and now you're going to force feed him the ball for what reason?
Too nice.
Winners don't do that.
No.
You won't see Tom Brady do that. First of all, you won't see someone yell at Tom Brady like that. You won't see someone yell at Aaron Rodgers like that. So again, that goes into being too nice.
Yeah, and I don't know where DK Metcalf got this entitlement from.
He got the entitlement from when everyone crowned him Calvin Johnson after week 3. That's what happened.
Yep, everyone called him Megatron.
He ain't no Megatron.
No, he's not. But that's see what happens when you start crowning people too early.
Man, you can say what you want, but that's a big Jalen Ramsey effect right there too, though. I mean, he was in that man's head hard, rent free in that man's head. He had him throwing his helmet. Lawrence, he took his helmet and threw it with 2 hands.
I seen it. Like that's all receiver shit though. Like I've been on multiple teams where receivers they lose their shit. That's how they are. Like, that's part of the position. They want the ball.
Yeah.
And they're just if they're just out there, if obviously Russell Wilson, they're going out there, they're getting 3 and out, and they had not touched the ball. All right, something's got to give. Like I have not touched the ball yet, and you guys, everybody else you're going to are not making plays. It's time to get me the ball, which makes perfect sense in the grand scheme of things. But then also you got to keep your cool because people are gonna latch onto that shit as soon as he throws his helmet or whatever.
So I don't get it because like it just seems to me like Seattle continues to get a pass for everything they do. They lose playoff games. Their wide receivers throw hissy fits. Their quarterbacks underperform.
Listen, there is teams the media loves in the NFL. There's teams that they hate.
Seattle's just media darlings. If Antonio Brown was on the sideline throwing his helmet, yelling at Tom Brady, we would never hear the end of it. If that was Odell Beckham Jr., we would have seen that shit on replay, Fox Sports, everything for the whole weekend after that shit happens. DK Metcalf literally screaming at Russell Wilson and Pete Carroll on the sideline, and nobody even knows about it.
It's because of how Seattle came up. They came up out of nowhere. It was a cute story. Russell Wilson was a mid-round pick who beat out Matt Flynn.
How the short quarterbacks always get the love?
He was the small quarterback that beat out Matt Flynn, who just got the job. They made the playoffs his rookie year. They arrived too early, but still won the Super Bowl. So they're still living off. They act like Russell Wilson's on his second year in the league. He's not.
I promise.
Get it over with.
I promise you that happens more than you guys think.
Oh, I noticed it with everything.
Yeah, that happens, but obviously they got it on camera.
Right.
That happens. That definitely happens.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
Come on, bro. You don't think the year D Adams is having, he had 3 touchdowns in the game, and the game is close, and 2 possessions in a row, he doesn't touch the ball. He's gonna say something to AR.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's saying something to Aaron Rodgers.
That's the thing, though, because
Aaron Rodgers.
If DA is not there,
I don't know, man. Because I really think that Aaron Rodgers demands that respect from.
That's what I'm saying. Because I think if he tries to yell, he might try it. But Aaron Rodgers.
I'm not saying like what DK was doing. He's gonna be like, yo, I need like.
I got you.
Not disrespectful though.
That's what I'm saying. He's gonna come to him and
we're trying to
they
make
can have
a
conversation.
Right. Exactly.
He'd be like, hey, yo, AR, what's going on? Could be getting me more involved, not in his face throwing helmets saying why ain't I getting the goddamn ball.
Right.
And he's and not even like I'm just using Adams as an example. That probably does not happen.
No, right.
Every time they get to the sideline, they're probably like, yo, we got a chance to run 13 plays. DA, you got
Devontae's really not that type of player though either. You know, like DK's really that like flamboyant superstarish type of wide receiver.
What happened to Tyler Lockett?
Man,
I expected him to have a breakout game.
I don't know where he had
got lost in the shuffle.
He had 15 reception game for 200, 3 TDs, and then we didn't have.
What happened to the Seattle Seahawks offense? That's what I'm saying. They were like top 5 in scoring, and then all of a sudden,
you needed Chris Carson.
The media gave Russell Wilson the MVP before the year started,
yep.
And they told DK Metcalf he was Calvin Johnson. That's what happened, and they started believing that. And so, well,
and you know what else happened too that we always talk about? The tape was out. When you're 15 games in and you don't make adjustments, defenses learn how to stop your offense. The tape was out on them. That's it. I'm done talking about Seattle. Fucking bums. All right.
Let's get to Big Trust. Lamar Jackson, first debut of his playoff career. this past weekend. How did that make y'all feel?
Well deserved.
Love it.
Yeah,
I love it.
I'm so glad he finally got it because I think that it was so overblown that he didn't have one. Because the first year when he lost to the Chargers, he came into the year mid-year, like they didn't even have a full playbook really designed around him because he wasn't supposed to be the quarterback. Then last year, he still played well against the Titans. Like they lost the game, but they didn't lose the game because of Lamar. So I'm very glad that he won.
How many years Matt Stafford's been in the league, and how many playoff games has he won?
Plenty and 0.
Okay,
right. That's my point.
Like
I can't understand that. Why are we judging him based off playoff wins when he has an MVP? He's been great, so I'm just glad he finally got the playoff win. So now we can shut up with the can Lamar get it done because he did.
Now we know where that stems from.
We know. We don't have to say it.
That proved them wrong on draft day, and then the years after that. But
these guys got to be right.
I was really excited for one reason is because I don't know if y'all saw what's the one hit wonder? I don't know why he's in the league corner. The one that caught the
Malcolm Butler.
Malcolm Butler. He shouldn't be in the league. He sucks anyway. I said that since he picked that shit off in end zone.
He's got so much fucking money right now.
If Russell Wilson runs the ball, he doesn't exist.
That's true.
He's made a career off of one play. I've never
doesn't
seen
exist.
Yeah,
Doesn't exist because
play,
after that, Bill Belichick got rid of him.
Yeah,
one play.
He got toasted in Tennessee constantly.
Russell Wilson should literally, he should thank Russell Wilson for making his career.
He owes him half his salary.
But,
for sure.
I don't know if y'all saw the video. He had flicked off Lamar right before before that long run. That long run he had for like 60 yards or whatever.
Yeah.
And then like he apparently they slowed it down and he was like, he bleeped him off and he was like, all right, bet. That's all he said. He said, all right, bet. Next snap.
House.
60 yards.
Listen.
He said, I'm not and he didn't go shake their hands too. I really love that.
When they asked him, I said, no need.
No need. Big trust.
Yeah, I mean,
I've never seen a player turn a sack into a 60-yard touchdown.
He's phenomenal.
crazy.
I was asking this question. Do y'all think I hate comparisons. I don't like comparing players. Do you feel like Vic's speed was like true speed, or is Lamar's true speed?
So let me.
It's like
what you really gotta do is you really gotta put into perspective the athletes around the players at the time. Like we literally just talked about linebackers running running back 40s.
Mm-hmm.
Who's, you know what I mean? Like who's doing that back in Vic's era?
But
like,
I get what you're saying, but I think if you put Vic in today's game, I would take Mike Vick over Lamar Jackson. Just because
100%.
Because Mike Vick was putting up close to the same numbers that Lamar is, and Mike Vick didn't have an offense built around him. Like they didn't make designed runs for Mike Vick in Atlanta. Everything was
wasn't a thing. That wasn't a thing, really.
If Mike Vick had an offense designed around him, oh my goodness, he would be the scariest sight we've ever seen in this league.
Yeah.
And I was just I forget who I was talking to. I was talking about how he had somebody didn't believe me. He had the first like $100 million contract or whatever it was. Was he the first one ever?
He did. It was the first. So I forgot what it was, but yes, he got the first. I think it must have been $100 million contract. Yeah.
Yeah, man, that's shit crazy.
He was different.
But yeah, what I was saying was like I think Lamar Jackson's like his quick twitch and the way he runs is just different compared.
It's a little bit different running styles than Mike Vick. Mike Vick was straight speed. Lamar Jackson a little bit more finesse in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, looser than finesse.
Yeah, a little bit.
I hate to use the comparison, but he runs more like a running back than Mike Vick did. And I hate saying that because everyone, he's a running back. No, he's not a running back, but he has like the instinct of a running back where he knows, like where Mike Vick was kind of just running to get away from you, and then I'm going to hit you with a move. Like Lamar Jackson sits there and reads the defense and finds the holes.
We think it's crazy on TV. Could you imagine the defenders that are going to tackle him?
No.
Ankle tape.
No. I know
he drops back, shakes his head, pumps, and then he coming right for you.
Those QB spies must be terrified.
You look to your left, there's no safety, there's no corner. You look to the other side, there's nobody to help you out.
When the coach tells you're on the QB spy for Lamar Jackson, I bet you piss your pants. You're like, God damn it, they're gonna have me on a poster today.
Nah, there's no way if they do a QB spy, there's no way they got just one person.
Yeah,
you're right.
No way.
That's
a setup for failure. Literally, you got to put Tua on him so he stays inside, so he doesn't get outside.
One of the safeties too, just in case.
Going from there, we got two more topics here, two big ones. First, I'm going to start off the Pittsburgh thing here. Cleveland, this is for you. Steelers fans, I've had enough of you guys.
Enough. It's enough is enough, Lawrence.
I've had enough. I've given you guys a pass. You ran your Super Bowl chances out of town by selling them out. Le'Veon Bell and Antonio Brown. That was your chances to win a Super Bowl and compete for one. Now that the Patriots dynasty is done, they would have had a chance because that was the only team that was holding them back. Y'all ran them out. James Conner is not the running back. I can say this now. You guys thought he was going to be better than Le'Veon Bell. He is fucking not. He is not a good running back. I love his story. Love everything about him. He's not a good running back. He's very stiff when he runs. He has no explosiveness. He can't make anybody miss. He doesn't run anybody over. He doesn't do anything but get the ball at the 1 yard line, stick it over the line, and get 2 touchdowns and thinks he's actually fucking good. Benny Snell has a chance to be good if they continue to play him more. I think he's better than James Conner. He has way more burst. He's bigger. I don't know about being faster. They might be the same speed. Claypool, you got a lot more to prove. I've had enough of you too. And Juju.
I've had enough.
Juju, you have not shown to me that you are a true number 1 receiver.
Yep.
He's like a 1C or 1D type receiver. You're not a true number 1. But what else? What else on the Steelers team?
Ben Roethlisberger.
Shout out to Minka. Big Ben, it's time for you to
go. Big Ben.
You absolutely sold your whole team out with 4 picks. You are fucking trash. I want to say that for that playoff game. That was very disappointing. And that's about it for me. Shout out to Cleveland for doing their thing and beating the absolute dog piss out of them. And shout out to Baker Mayfield for winning me some cash at the casino. Because they get my money every week.
I pretty much want to second everything Lawrence just said. I'm fucking sick of the Pittsburgh Steelers. I've been sick of the Pittsburgh Steelers.
You guys agree on something? That's terrible.
Bro, I've been sick of the Pittsburgh Steelers for how long now? They were crowned Super Bowl champions like 4 years in a row, right? Before this season even started. Oh, Big Ben, Lev Bell, Antonio Brown. Oh, they just added Juju. Fuck out of here, all right? I'm sick of all that shit. I get Pittsburgh. I get you are a good franchise, historically a really good franchise, good owners and all that stuff. Get the fuck out. It's gone. You're done. See you later. I wouldn't be surprised, to be honest with you. I would not be surprised if Pittsburgh doesn't I don't know if I want to say that just yet, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Pittsburgh Steelers don't make a playoffs again for another couple of years.
Well, it all depends on what happens with their quarterback situation.
I mean, I agree with everything Lawrence and Neil said, but also I'm going to bring up the playoff game against the Browns. What happened to their defense during that game?
Booty!
48 points. All we heard all year.
Frauds.
And
Did
actually,
they have anybody hurt besides Devin Bush?
Yeah, Joe Hayden. No, I'm just saying. You asked. I'm just telling you. He's the number 1 corner.
Barbecue chicken.
I'm just saying. You asked the question. Did you ask the question?
I wasn't mad at you. I was mad at the Steelers fans. That's my fault, bro. I wasn't directed to you. It was directed to the Steelers fans.
Yeah,
and Bud Dupree.
That was big too. He's playing.
I'm just saying. You're asking. I'm just giving answers.
He's playing at a high level.
Looking at their defense in that game, Baker Mayfield was completely clean that game. White jersey the whole game. No hurries, no nothing. Plus, TJ Watt was nowhere to be found. He's
defensive player of the year. My fucking balls.
We didn't say anything from Patrick. We didn't say anything from that rush defense or pass defense.
Yo, listen, Phil, my fault. I'm gonna let you finish. There was people that were saying he was defensive player of the year over Aaron Donald. There was people that were saying, there was Steelers fans that were saying TJ Watt.
Well, people still believe that because we don't believe that, but people who just look at stats,
he's not even half of his.
Look at the impact on the game.
He's not even half of his brother when his brother's healthy.
If TJ Watt wins the defensive player of the year over Aaron Donald this year,
it's absolutely ridiculous.
Well, he's going to. It's either going to be him or Xavier Howard.
I'm going to shave my fucking head. All right. I'll shave my fucking head.
We're gonna hold you to that.
Yep.
I just want to chime in here
Yep.
as the resident person who sticks up for the Steelers on the podcast.
Shout out to Mama Lacey.
Yeah, you know,
that's about
I mean,
the only Steelers fan I got respect for.
Listen, I agree with you guys on what you're saying, but I just got to point out a couple things to give another perspective on things.
All right.
Lawrence, you said they ran Bell out of town, but in reality, I do not blame teams for not giving huge contracts to running backs because we've seen it turns out bad. Todd Gurley, bad idea, and the Jets gave Bell the contract, bad idea. So I could possibly
I would say this with the whole money deal, right? He's been producing at a high level.
Oh, and I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just saying
if it fits in your scheme to obviously down the road, all right, like you gotta visit if you can give him the money or not. But he was holding it down for the Steelers running.
Where to me the problem came in is when Steeler fans thought that James Conner could just easily replace him. If you would have just said, no, we're not playing Le'Veon Bell because we don't pay running backs, but we're going to take a hit at the position, it would have been received differently. You guys thought you can get rid of Le'Veon Bell and it would be no problem. That's where I got an issue with what you did.
Yeah.
And then even Antonio Brown, he made himself. I mean, to me, Mike Tomlin is one of the biggest player coaches out there. So if you have a problem with Mike Tomlin, I can't really give you benefit of the doubt because then you left and you went to Oakland where you were a head case. You went to New England where you were a head case. And now in Tampa, we're not hearing anything from you, but it took 3 teams after. So, okay, you got rid of him. But again, the problem came in when Steeler fans thought we're just going to get rid of Antonio Brown and Juju's going to step in and be AB. That's not the case. It's not realistic. You can't do that. So I got it, but I'm just giving other perspectives where I can understand why they went the way they did.
AB is HOF. Juju's not replacing him.
100%. No one's replacing him.
No one is.
Exactly. But then the quarterback situation, though, I know, Lawrence, you say always holding them hostage, but realistically, what other option do they have? You're going to let Mason Rudolph be the quarterback there? No. So, again, like, even next year, people say, oh, Ben better leave so the Steelers can move on. Move on where? You have a late draft pick, so even if you take a quarterback, he ain't going to be ready to start next year. There ain't a young quarterback out there that you can sign.
You also need to address the running back position.
That's what I'm saying. So, realistically, if Ben comes back next year, he's doing you a favor. So, I understand why people are saying, you know, Ben, he needs to move on, he needs to do this. Yeah, but if he does that, the Steelers are going to be in hell for the next 5 years. Their best situation is if Ben comes back next year and they take a guy like a Mac Jones or Kyle Trask late in the first round and groom him to take over. Because right now, if Ben leaves, Mason Rudolph's your quarterback, you're done. You're finished.
Dogs. Mac Jones is a dog.
You're assuming that Mac Jones falls that late.
Well, I'm just speaking general. Mac Jones. You're gonna Trey Lance, Mac Jones, or Kyle Trask. One of the 3 have to be there when Steelers are on the board.
I was gonna say that. Like, it depends on how people want to draft. Because the top 3, the top 2 are gonna be Fields, Lawrence, and then after that is really pick your poison. Who you want to take?
That's who's drafting them.
And they could always move up too. I mean, the Steelers have a lot of other holes they have to fill right now. Like we said, the running game, their offensive line is getting old. So everyone's saying, "Oh, get rid of Ben." It ain't as easy. I think they forget how bad their season was last year without Ben.
Yeah.
Like, they were only relevant this year because of Ben. So he shit the bed in the playoff game. I'll give you that.
I was about to say I would be highly upset, bro.
100%. I'd be 100% upset.
He sell me like that.
I hear you, but guess what? After what I watched the year before, I would take Ben giving me that performance over anything I got out of Duck Hodges and Mason Rudolph any day of the week.
Right.
Yeah, just
shout out to Matt Filer, Bloomsburg alum, man. Is still holding it down for the Steelers. Let's go from there. It's a lot of mayhem in Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania is absolutely losing their fucking minds right now. We're gonna stay right in the state, and the Eagles pulled the biggest Eagle move since signing Chip Kelly, and they got rid of their coach that won them a Super Bowl 2 years ago. I don't get it.
My question is. My question is, Philadelphia.
I don't get it. No team has ever done that. Has any team ever done that?
Excuse me, Mr. Philadelphia. What the fuck are you gonna do with that fucking statue out
Bud
front?
Light statue. What do we do with it?
What are you doing with the statue now? You got rid of the backup quarterback that was in the statue and the head coach in the statue. Oh, you want the Philly? Yeah, what the fuck are you going to do with it now?
That is so stupid.
You know what?
Dude.
I'm also, Lawrence, we just went off on the Steelers. I'm sick of the Philadelphia Eagles as well, okay? I am fucking sick of them. I'm sick and tired of hearing about Carson Wentz. I'm sick and tired of hearing about Jalen Hurts. I'm sick of their old-ass offensive line, their old-ass defense. I'm sick of the whole fucking team. I would be completely 100% okay if they just got decimated and they got turned to like a franchise out in like I don't even know where. They start a new franchise somewhere and it's
Alaska.
Just the whole team. Yeah, get rid of the Philadelphia Eagles.
I just don't get it. Because okay, so I think what happened.
Stupidity. It's stupidity.
What they did was basically they probably got in the room and said next year the only way you can stay is if Carson Wentz is quarterback.
You think that, or do you?
No, I think they told him Jalen Hurts had to be quarterback.
I think it's the opposite.
Yeah,
I think they told him Hurts is the guy next year. Because also too, what feeds into this theory? Who's the first guy they reached out to? Lincoln Riley. Who's Lincoln Riley? Jalen Hurts' coach at Oklahoma.
Yep, exactly.
Damn conspiracies.
And then what Doug Peterson's only guess? I'm tired of being told what to do.
Yep.
That's true.
What's the one thing he did this year that no one saw coming? So he benched Carson Wentz.
So that's my thing. So they reported that their relationship was fractured, but why? I don't get that.
Because it was fractured because Doug Peterson still benched him. I'm your boy. You're telling me I'm your franchise quarterback, but you benched me. I understand you're telling me you like me, but you're not playing me. I don't care if you like me.
I guarantee the front office said Jalen Hurts. That's what we're rocking with, and they're probably getting ready to deal Wentz. They're gonna take the hit. I feel like I don't think they're gonna wait.
I don't think so.
Yeah, wait.
Well, I think it depends on who no, because if the GM wants Hurts, the GM wants Hurts. I understand it depends on who the coach is, but I think ultimately when they're interviewing guys, the first question, if I'm a head coach, I'm gonna say, what's the quarterback situation here? Do I have, is it up to me, or are you telling me who has to start? Because
a lot of people are going to go away. They're like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm good.
Carson Wentz will be lucky if he gets dealt. If not, he's fucking – you want to talk about being held hostage.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's going to be a mentor.
To go off of what Neil was saying about being tired of the Eagles, there's one thing he forgot to mention. The fans. Because all year I heard from you, I'm so sick and tired of Wentz. I want Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts gets in there and loses that game to the Cowboys, and all of a sudden it's, well, you know what? Wentz is my boy. They better play Wentz next year. Blah, 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 blah. Shut up. You all stink. I'm over it. What do you want? You wanted Wentz, then he was gone, and now you wanted Hurts, and then Hurts stunk, then you wanted Wentz again. Now you don't got a coach, so shut up. You deserve to stink for the rest of
your existence. They're trying to replicate New Orleans. It can't be done.
They deserve to stink for the rest of their existence. They don't appreciate anything they get. Hey, I'm so upset that they got a Super Bowl because they didn't deserve it because their fans are the most spoiled, rotten brats in all sports.
Hate them.
I swear to God, Diggs down the sideline happens. We're beating the dog shit out of them.
But but I'd rather have the Eagles win than the Saints, so I guess it worked out well.
Yeah, that's true.
Like the worst thing that could have happened to them was win that Super Bowl, and they came.
Yeah, a lot of teams will go through the same exact thing because as soon as people win, I want my money. Give me my money. Max contract.
But I mean, most teams are smart enough to say, well, you're old, go ahead, I'm not paying you. But the only two teams that never did that, the New York Giants and the Philadelphia Eagles. The Giants did it when they paid Osi Umenyiora again. They played Justin Tuck again. They paid all them old guys, and they went into obscurity for years. The Eagles did it, and now they're going into obscurity for years.
Yep. You had to pay for that. You had to pay for it. All right, man. Any last words? Any last words for the divisional round coming up? Any last words?
I mean, do you have any last words you want to say to Drew Brees? It's the last time we're going to see him on a football field. So I think you should, say something nice to him.
Is that what we're doing as friends? That's what we're doing?
Oh, especially, yes.
Wow.
Especially.
All right, here we go. Drew Brees. It's been nice. I remember the first time I played in NFL Street, I thought you were a fake player because of your last name. said Drew Brees can't be a real person. I come to find out he's fucking real. He is real. Drew Brees is a real guy. It sucks that one of your last few years, you said some dumb shit to go against what's going on in the world right now. That's going to be a stain on your legacy a little bit. I appreciate you for everything you've done. People call you noodle arm, but I still believe you can throw the ball 45, 50 yards on the rope. It may not go 60, 65, but we're going to see a lot of bombs away this Sunday. Kenny thinks.
No, we're talking to Drew, not Taysom. Taysom throws the bombs.
I thought I was getting my last words here.
Oh, I'm just making sure you're talking to the right guy because Taysom throws the bomb. Drew throws underneath routes.
I said 45 to 50. That's possible. So we already seen that. Okay. While y'all erupted for that 40-yard reception to Michael Thomas. You know what I'm saying?
So I know what Lauren's talking about, but I have some last words I would like to say because it might be the last time I watch my team this week.
But I'm really excited for Drew Brees to end his career. As the Saints, I got his jersey. I'm glad I got to have his jersey. Finally got a jersey that a player has not gone. Every jersey I got, the player has been traded or released or whatever it is. So shout out to Drew Brees. And he's going to beat Tom Brady for the third time in a row. And this will not be the last time we'll talk about him. We will be talking about him next week. Yeah, because we're going to be talking about what a great career he had. No. We're going to be talking about NFC Championship.
So this 2020-21 season, Los Angeles Rams team has a direct 100% comparison with the 2007 New York Giants football team that went to win the Super Bowl. They have, and I mean, I'm talking about literally it's spot on. The Rams had a turnover at every single regular season game. So did the Giants. The Rams finished the season 1-2. So did the Giants. Exactly averaged 23.3 points a game. Rams and Giants. Won the wild card game by 10 with no turnovers.
It is absolutely ridiculous.
Underwhelming quarterback play. Eli Manning was terrible that season. He threw 56% completions and had 20 interceptions to 23 touchdowns compared to Jared Goff's 67%, 20 touchdowns, 13 interceptions. And both teams had 53 sacks on the year. Strong running back committees with Cam Akers and Malcolm Brown and Darrell Henderson. And who the Giants have? Bradshaw and Brandon Jacobs. Last but not least, both led in third down completions or third down conversions or whatever. The Rams converted 43.4%, and that year the Giants completed 40%. The Giants won the Super Bowl. The Rams.
That's all real. That's all real.
That's cute, but I don't think the Giants played Aaron Rodgers in Lambeau. Oh wait, yes they did.
Road trip.
I think they did in the conference. They played Brett Favre, but I think it was the back. Yeah.
Yeah, and the team they had to beat in the Super Bowl was a lot better than any team this Rams team's gonna have to play in the Super Bowl.
Any last words from Kenny or Phil? Any last words?
Go Browns.
Go Browns.
Go Browns.
Bro, Browns win. That'll be absolutely ridiculous.
I'm so upset because I thought I was gonna be the only one to pick them, and I thought it was gonna be hilarious.
Nope.
So Lawrence thought the same thing.
Yeah, I was already because if they come, like I said, they come on too high and rush 4, it's trouble.
One more thing, shout out my man Deshaun Watson. Hopefully they get you out of there, bro.
Hey, if Harden can get out, who knows if Deshaun Watson can?
Oh, that's another thing. Talk about Deshaun Watson. Apparently, the Rams are in talk to trade Jared Goff and all of the first round picks.
We are going to table that. That is speculation.
No, it was a source.
We're tabling.
Texted Steven Adams.
We are wrapping it up.
Just saying, Stephen A. Smith.
Until it is actually reported and happening.
Isn't that tampering?
We will table it. Phil, what's your last words, man?
Well, I hope everyone has a great weekend watching all 4 of these games. Are all going to be amazing. Hopefully the outcomes come as I predicted and not no one else's predictions. So fingers crossed. Hopefully I'm tied with Lawrence by the end of the week. So fingers crossed.
All right. And make sure y'all go follow us on all platforms. We got everybody's at in the description below. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Make sure you follow the Inspired by True Events Network on all platforms at IBTE Network, TikTok, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest, on every social media that Donald Trump is no longer allowed to be on. We appreciate y'all for tuning in.